Parental discretion advised.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to What a Story. Today's guest is an East Side of Toronto comic, Todd Downing. So, Todd, you're a Toronto comic. How long you been doing comedy?
I did comedy for about 6, 7 years, and then I got hit by a car. I fell off a horse, went in a coma for like 10 days, and then I had a seizure after that. Then I got hit by a car, had to get back surgery, and I've gone through all that. But now I'm back. I've been back at it for about a year and a half, maybe.
Don't you?
Yeah, I do random pop-up shows for sick kids, and I've done about four of them now. We raised about, I think, close to $10,000. And at my shows, actually, I do a 50-50 draw now for sick kids, and somebody gets half, and then I bring some prizes from outside vendors and things too. Next month, we have a gift card from a spa and another one from a women's fitness club. So we're giving
Cool. And it's always good to do comedy for a cause. It
for
makes
sure.
it makes our art form worth it.
Yeah, I was in sick kids for I think it's three years total. When I was a kid, I got hit by a different car, ran over my knee, and my femur popped out of my leg. So I was in traction for like 8 months, and then a body cast for I think another 8 months or something like that. And then I had to go through rehabilitation and all that stuff. So I was in sick kids for that amount of time. So that's why I like to do shows for them. I like to support them. They're an amazing hospital, 150 years old, and like they're killing it. They're sorry. No, they are amazing though. They do great work with kids and for kids, and they have a lot of programs in there too, where they're not just leaving them sitting in the hospital. They have a lot of, they even have some comedy teaching programs in there and things like that. So, great hospital.
A, good work. B, stay away from roads. Cars are not your friend.
No doubt. I've learned
That is true. All right. So, Todd, you have a story. What's your story?
Well, that's a lot of it. No, I just been through a lot all my life, and I realized it took me a long time to realize who people are, and to not take things personally, because people have their own problems and you don't even know what's going on in their head. You know what I mean? And then they act a certain way, they take it personally. But also, I realized I don't know. Like I said, just love is the way, man. I love everybody. Every comic host introduced me as the comic who's hugging everybody. If you met him, he'd probably giving you a hug. So that's just kind of how I operate, because it's a better people stick their hand out. I'm like, oh no, bring it in. Like it's a wonderful feeling, especially to be appreciated for being known for that. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to get more people in on it. So it's funny when I go into a open mic, and I know a lot of comics in there. You'll see them come in and they'll start hugging everybody else too. So it's like contagious, you know what I mean? It's like they stop shaking hands and start hugging everybody. So it's a good story. But I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be producing shows again. I'm happy to be on shows. And I had iCloud account. I had 5, 6 years of jokes on it. And I lost the account. The password, I think I lost the password. I didn't use it for so long anyway. But then when I did use it, I have the email and the phone number attached, but I think the password is wrong or whatever. Now I can't get into it. I need a 25 pin connector or whatever. So I lost all those jokes. So I just started writing again. And I think I'm retelling some jokes that I told before. I just don't know it. I think I'm brilliant and I come up with this. So like, yes, but I probably told it 100 times before. I just forgot about it all. Been so long, been through a lot since then. And
So basically, you're restarting your career.
yes,
Like you're starting from the bottom again.
yeah, exactly.
And what's strong? How do you feel about that? Like, how is it different than the first time around?
The scene is different now. I think it's because the first time around I was around everybody all the time, and like I knew everybody on the scene, and we all like kind of moved around together, not together, but we'd all be at the same mic and then say, "Oh, I'm going over this one. Let's go do it." And now things are so spread out. There's so many different groups of people, and it's like not as tight. Because there's more people, but people are tight. Everyone's been super nice to me, inviting me to shows and stuff like that. I'm trying to get my name out there so I can get on some bigger shows again and stuff like that. But people don't really remember me if they weren't part of that crew back then. So it's like I didn't get super famous back then. I just won a couple yuck competitions and I was getting on my way and stuff. But I realized now I started telling jokes punchline for punchline, but it all relates to a story. And I'm trying to get myself out of that because the punchlines are funny and I do well on stage, but I'm trying to get myself more away from that and talking around my joke and telling the actual story where the actual funny, the chat comes out, and that's when I get funnier when I start rambling and stuff like that. So I'm in the process of getting through that.
That's cool. And do you find it easier because you've already done this before? Like um, hitting open mics, booking shows, getting your name out there.
I
It's
find it a little harder actually. It's
oh, okay.
like I said, because I used to know everybody back then and I was doing well, so they would remember me and if they're doing a show, they'd be like, "Hey, you want a spot?" Now it's like people put things up like you want a spot. There's 50,000 people on it and they don't know my name, so I got to get my name out there and do what I'm doing again and get back to where I was. But also, it's an amazing process. It's not a hurried thing, as I'm sure you know. You probably heard from a lot of comedians. It's every show
Yeah.
is a little bit of progress and. Yeah, I have a lot. I'm having trouble with memory. I don't remember a lot of my punchlines and my tags and stuff like that. But then when I do another show and I do remember them, then it makes it that much more interesting if you've seen me before, right? Because it's not the same joke over and over. But like I said, I need to get in the process of working through it regularly and speaking about it and getting where I'm going and all that.
So, Todd, do you find restarting nowadays different than when you first started with technology, with social media?
Uh, Before it was you're on a poster and then someone will see you and they'll invite you out, or everybody knew everybody, so they'll see you at this show, they'll see you at that show, and they'll be like, "Oh, come do my show." Like, all right, come do my show, and it's like, yeah, now there's just so many people, so many shows, so many producers. It's so
Where do you see yourself, say, your next few steps in your career?
um, I'm more. I'm trying to stay focused on myself as well, but mainly the sick kid shows. I want to get in some big venues. I want to get in the comedy bar there. I think they're going to get a Thursday at some point. Talking to Gary, and I just want to get. I'm going to need some sponsors and stuff so I can pay the comics because, like I said, a lot of the comics I grew up with now they're like famous and they they're getting paid to do these big shows. And I don't expect them to come do things for free, even though it's a charity show. A lot of them have already. And a lot of them
Mhm.
said they would, but still, I want to get some sponsorships so I can get some ads on the TTC and get some bigger sponsors and some gifts. I started doing raffles after the show. I'll probably be able to get some help from them, but I'm working on that. Of a sponsorship letter. This is my company, Monkey Boy Comedy. If you go to monkeyboycomedy.com, there's a whole page there for sponsorship, and also I post my shows and things on there. So,
Your socials, if people want to reach out, besides the company shirt.
uh, it's Todd Owen Daniel Downey. My initials spell Todd on Instagram. Or T dot underscore T dot O dot D dot D. But Todd Owen Daniel Downey is easier. It pops up almost immediately now.
All
Yeah.
right, Tom. Well, thank you for sharing your story. And yeah, I will see
Thanks
you
for
in
having me.
Toronto, around Toronto scene.
All right. Let me know if you're out ever, especially if you're coming to Oshawa. The show's great. It's every second Saturday of the month at Mad Rocks in Oshawa on 850 King Street East.